This is a love story full of adventure, magic, and serious growth, but sometimes it's just hilarious. Here are our picks for the funniest moments from Season 1 of the Under the Oak Tree novel. Obviously, this is going to have spoilers. Number 3, Chapter 94, Maxi gets jealous when women flirt with Riftan. Maxi and Riftan are at the spring festival when Maxi notices some other women are paying attention to Riftan. Too much attention. She goes over to shut it down, but the ladies don't give up. In fact, they even ask Maxi if she will lend them Riftan, so they can enjoy this hot hunk of manhood too. What? Maxi is shocked and appalled and immediately tells them she won't be sharing her man. Ever.
Nope.
So...
Riftan stammered, shifting his eyes.
You heard her. She's not lending me to you.
He then turned to Maxi.
I was trying to get rid of them, but they were more persistent than I thought.
Maxi gave him a distrustful look.
It did not seem like you were trying to get rid of them.
Riftan actually seems to be enjoying this a little, which pisses Maxi off even more. But seeing her full of jealousy definitely makes him feel wanted. We can totally understand why Maxi wants to get her man back and shut those girls down. But, that being said, could we borrow Riftan for a while? Number 2, Chapter 110, Maxi explains her period to Riftan. He panics. As usual, Riftan asks Maxi to bathe with him. This guy really can't get enough of sexy bath time. But Maxi, embarrassed, turns him down and delicately says she's bleeding because it's her time of the month. Instead of understanding what she's trying to hint at, he completely freaks out. Heavens! He truly did not seem to know anything about the curse that women had to endure on a regular basis. Maxi was unsure whether to laugh or scream.
All women bleed regularly. Oh, once they are of marriageable age, it is perfectly normal.
Are you certain? Are you sure you are not sick or hurt?
Clearly still skeptical, Riftan studied her face before frowning.
But where exactly do you bleed?
After a long pause, Maxi whispered the answer in his ear despite being the only two people in the room.
Are you being serious?
Wide-eyed, Riftan stared down at her as though he found her words difficult to believe. His face was still ashen.
Are you certain that it's normal for women to bleed down there?
Yes, it is perfectly normal. It's something every woman goes through.
What?
Poor sweet baby Riftan. It makes sense that he's surprised, since we doubt that there's sex ed in the Seven Kingdoms. Thank goodness he has Maxi to talk him through it all, and that Maxi has him no matter what time of the month it is. Number 1, Chapter 112. Maxi and Riftan are fighting. Maxi ignores Riftan and uses Heberon to communicate instead. We've all been so frustrated that we don't even want to speak to the person that made us angry. But it's pretty hysterical when Maxi finds a way to work around that by making Heberon relay her conversation with Riftan for her.
Sir Heberon, could you please inform the person standing next to me that I have nothing to say to him?
Commander, her ladyship says she has nothing to say to you.
I heard her.
Gritting his teeth, Riftan slammed a hand on the desk with a thud.
I have something to say.
Sir Heberon,
said Maxi.
Could you please tell the person standing next to me that I do not wish to hear anything he has to say?
Commander, her ladyship says.
I can hear just fine.
Riftan bellowed. Now, if that isn't a sitcom moment, we don't know what is. Sorry to put you in the middle, Heberon. And the honorable mention goes to every single description of Ruth in Riftan's POV from Season 1 side story, the 6th ebook. Riftan is unimpressed with Ruth, to say the least. Here are some of his scathing thoughts. Riftan stared at the plucky young man. Was this the same runt who had been trembling in terror earlier? It suddenly felt as though a troublesome tumor had latched itself onto him, and he shuddered. Riftan had long since given up on shaking him off. Every time he tried to sneak away, Ruth would shrill like a siren in a rut. Even the littlest things the mage did were as maddening as a persistent fly buzzing in one's face. So yeah, Riftan isn't impressed with Ruth. In fact, he barely tolerates him. But seeing how judgmental Riftan was of the mage at first makes their eventual friendship that much sweeter. What parts of UOT made you laugh out loud? Share your favorite funny moments with us in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more great UOT content.